So we've been sitting here debating about if we was gonna talk about this subject, and we're gonna go on and hit this this movie, The Butler, and I'm gonna say what my first initial problem was with the movie. 30 seconds into it was the teaching of how to pick cotton, and they act like it was a fun thing to do. Did y'all pick this out? He was teaching his son how to pick the cotton, and they smile, and he's sitting on his lap, and I was like, what the fuck is that? This is not a picnic. So I didn't like the way the movie even came on in the first place.
They should have served it too.
Right. So that was my initial problem. So
see, with me, going back to the beginning was the whole idea. Now everybody told me this was a good movie. Mm-hmm. It's hard to find people to say that shit now that I don't like it, but when I first was about to watch it, everybody told me it was a good movie, and so in the beginning of the movie, probably about 3 minutes in, his mom gets raped.
I mean, okay.
His father gets killed, right? Now, had it been an Italian movie or Asian movie or Jewish movie, white movie, to make that movie good, he would have to come back and kill that motherfucker at some point.
Right.
That's the standard of any good movie. If they kill your family and fuck it up, it makes it good by coming back and killing the motherfucker that killed your father.
Revenge.
Right?
Right.
Somehow he decided that his savior was the motherfucker that killed his father and raped his mother.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right.
That's absolute bullshit to me.
And I understand the whole part why the little boy forced his father to do something about the raping of his mother, and the father didn't act like he was ready for the consequence. You know what I mean? Like he has a tool in his hand, and he says something to the white guy, and the white guy just takes his gun out of the holster, pointed at him, and shoots you. Yeah. And he didn't even move.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even say, I'm gonna attack you. He didn't do anything. He just stood there.
And then the other problem with that is this. He still, after his parents were butchered by these Yankees, he still felt that was his family before he left out.
And his savior though. You know, the whole, I don't know why my son can't see that they're gonna save us. No, I mean, who the fuck does that? Who watches somebody completely destroy their family in one generation, in one lifetime?
This Butler was the biggest time I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something else about this movie that stuck out to me, and tell me if y'all remember this part. Do y'all remember the part when his son died? He was a little bit sad, like, damn, my son died. Mm-hmm. But when John F. Kennedy died, no! This dude was starving and crying and shit. John F. Kennedy died.
That's a great hype.
I was like, yeah.
I mean, me personally, I watched the movie long after it came out, after it got nominated for a million awards and all of that stuff. I was very disappointed because to me the whole movie was about a sucker.
And yeah, exactly.
I've never seen a movie made about somebody that never did anything heroic in their life.
Exactly.
It's not like I thought what I expected from the movie, and why I was so disappointed. I at least thought we were going to find out that he was behind, you know, a lot of the policies. You know, he was in the president's ear, like, hey man, you know, you need to pass this law. He didn't do anything but work at the White House.
Exactly.
At the point he had the opportunity to.
Right.
You have presidents coming up to this man saying,
stuff, right.
what do you think? Mm-hmm. I know your son's down there. He's
no, I don't think nothing. I don't think.
To hell with my son at Black Panther Party. Yeah, assassinate all of them.
He deserved that. You should have been on that bus.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like you said. It would be like making a movie about the guy who was asking the Godfather for a favor. At the beginning of the movie. Mm-hmm. Right. He don't get the movie.
No.
Don Corleone gets the movie. No. And so with black people, they go from taking the heroes and ignoring them, and then you make a movie about the motherfucker who got saved by Superman.
And the whole history of niggerdom, I'm sure there's a lot more niggas that was worthy of having a movie made about their life.
Exactly.
The whole history of what?
Niggerdom. Why does this nigga deserve a movie? I mean, okay, he worked and he supported his family.
Whoop-de-doo though.
Nigga, my father went to work every day too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not heroic.
And then they tried to turn it and make the hero his son, right? Mm-hmm. Act like he was strong and he was weak as fuck too. Mm-hmm. I mean, because the fact is, it was all about nonviolence and all that shit. They made sure they never showed him reiterate with any type of violence whatsoever. And then the shit that really got me, and it kind of slid in there to try to just make him look weak as fuck, was when his woman was ready to kill, he looked at her and was like, "You really ready to kill? Alright, y'all, I'm married, you married, you married. If a group of goons put your wife in the fucking hospital for beating her ass, which one of y'all wouldn't be fucking ready to kill?" But he looks at her like she's crazy because she's ready to actually kill somebody. I wish a nigga would. If a nigga thumps my wife in the motherfucking forehead, he might get killed. So let alone a group of motherfuckers jump her and put her in the hospital at the edge of her life, and then I look crazy because I'm ready to kill him. I guarantee the motherfuckers is gonna die. That shit don't make sense.
And they beat his ass too, so you would think he would have been a little angry. But the underlying message is, no matter what, black people never fight to that level. You know, protect yourself, but never kill to right anything wrong. No matter, even if they killing you, don't fucking kill back. Just run off the bus because they're about to blow that.
What fucked me up was it was supposed to be like one of those moments in the movie when he finally got a raise. Remember when he went in there and he said,
25 fucking years later.
Remember when he went in and he said, "Hey, I don't know why the black people don't make as much money as the white." And he was like, he basically was like, fuck you.
Yeah,
and he was like, okay, this nigga worked for like 10 more years before he got a raise. That's some bullshit.
No, it was over 20 fucking years later.
Wasn't nobody else in Washington D.C. hiring for some other shit or something?
Yeah. Not only that, like we said earlier, he had the president's ear. He could have been snitched on this dude and say, "Hey man, this dude fucking us over. We not getting paid." He remember the time that the one politician that came in there while they was cooking. He was throwing buttons. He was going, "Yeah, y'all should get the black vote for
Right.
And you know, I'll do whatever." At that point in time, Nixon. At that point in time, that was your opportunity right there. But he was afraid to take any risks in this movie.
Definitely. I mean, he was just like.
The other part I didn't like about this movie, it was the subliminal messages that was going on in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all remember the part where they had the fake ass Malcolm X scene where they talked about the black domestic? And they gave all the characteristics and the roles that the black domestic plays in our society.
When Martin Luther King, when they were in the hotel room?
Correct.
Okay.
And he was talking to the butler's son. And he described the black domestic when he said, the black domestic is the hard-working, trustworthy, all these other things they use to describe the black domestic. But it was other things that you could say about blacks, but you chose to use this subservient black description about this black domestic. All of these hidden secret messages, that was the part that kind of pissed me off in the movie.
I mean, remember in the beginning of the movie, after his parents died, and she took him in the house, and she said something like, "I'm gonna make you the best house nigga ever," or something. And that's what he became.
Yes.
And they made a movie about him, his parents getting killed, somebody taking him under their wing and saying, "I'm gonna make you the best house nigga ever." And that's what he became.
A true house nigga.
People watching this will get mad at me for saying that he was a house nigga.
Absolutely.
Even though that was the goal for him to become the best house nigga ever. And he rose to the highest house of them all.
He became the best white house nigga.
So
that's the whole point of the
You know
movie.
what? Fuck me, I'm stupid. Because I said, what did he do that was heroic?
Not a fucking thing.
He was the best house nigga ever.
Yeah.
That's why they made a movie of him.
That's why they made the movie.
And then you said
Be a servant.
Right.
the beginning part was even fucking made up.
Yeah, and that's the part that pissed me off more than anything.
Well, the whole movie is made up.
But not only
It's
was
about a real person,
right?
but all that slave stuff was made up. So
Yeah,
the person
his father
who
getting
wrote
killed
the
by the
movie
dude.
made all that up.
But I heard the whole movie had a lot of false.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but my thing is,
the
why
music
would
was
you
based on
add
somebody or something.
the raping of his mother and the murdering of his father with no retaliation whatsoever? How does that enhance the movie? All it does is enhance how fucking weak he is.
Right.
It just shows, let's make him even weaker. And then call him a hero, so these niggas would think that that's what heroism is.
So they called it Butler, so you can be a servant. Great, be the best house nigga ever. That's what they did.
Yeah.
They did everything, and they showed him as a slave,
Yeah.
a servant, everything was about being oppressed.
Yeah.
And learn how to be oppressed and be happy about it.
Yeah, and wait
That's what
on
it was.
somebody else to handle your situation.
Right.
Wait on somebody to save you and bring you up out of the trouble that you're going through instead of you doing it for your fucking self.
You know what else I thought was funny? How he was so ready to fight for his son not to go down south.
Yeah.
But there was no resistance for him to go to down the war.
Yeah.
Right.
There was none.
Right. And even if it was a true story, it was a true story about somebody that just really
Didn't deserve a story.
Right, didn't deserve for the story to be
Yeah.
told on a large screen like that.
Again, it's a story of the guy
He didn't
who's
even
a
really.
loser.
These sons weren't. I thought he only really had one son in real life. And they added that.
Yeah, a lot of it was fluff, but the basis of the servant, they got the point off. They wanted these black people be servants, please.
Yeah.
Do what
Be
we tell you to do.
subservient and wait on us.
Right.
We gonna make this shit right.
We
for
gonna
you.
make you the best.
We gonna put
house
if you
nigga
be a
ever.
good house nigga, one day you might get to see the president black.
And we'll give you a raise
Yeah.
after
And
25 years, right?
We're gonna pay you. We're gonna raise
Give you a little bit of money.
Yeah. Everything you got is from that
That's
Butler.
right.
I mean, come the fuck on, man.
How you gonna get?
They made sure they put down the Black Panther Party. They made sure they did everything
Yeah.
that could have made black people look strong.
Yeah,
They oppressed all
the
that.
star of the movie was the main person against all of that shit.
Mhm.
Like you'll never see another movie with that dynamic in it.
Definitely.
You'll never see a movie about Asian oppression and then the Asian guy is the main one who agrees with their oppressor.
And he never rises to the top.
Yes,
The whole movie, he stays on that same
agreed.
social level for his whole life.
Yeah.
He never rises to the top. He never has a say in what's going on in the White House. He just cleans the fucking White House.
Yeah,
When he has
never
an
even has
opportunity to.
He
Right.
never even has a mental awakening to say. I mean, they try to say, yeah, well, I guess my son was right. His son wasn't fucking right either. He was trying to rebel on somebody else's dime, on his father's dime. That's one.
That is true.
If I'm gonna take on the journey, if I'm gonna take on some type of cause, I'm not gonna take money from somebody I don't agree with. You know, so they kept him weak and said, well, you'll find one of these characters strong, either the butler or the son. But both of them was fucking weak. But the fact is, whichever one you choose to follow, you still following somebody weak.
Right, I mean, the son just really didn't do anything. Okay,
He wasn't shit.
was at the sit-in. He was with the Black Panthers. Then he left.
Yeah. He let motherfuckers
He lost
spit
the
up,
election,
throw
like-
coffee in his face. What the
Right.
fuck? I mean, come on.
Became a senator, whatever.
That ain't shit. No, he lost the election.
He ended up winning, didn't he?
He was like the president of the
Shit, I mean,
neighborhood
yeah.
watch. Yeah,
You are the best president neighborhood watch guy.
that was
I'm
about
gonna
it.
tell you something. Through all black movies, I don't know if y'all pay attention, but here's one thing that always gets under my skin. They always try to act like Gandhi is somebody to us. I don't know if y'all get this. Just like the Martin Luther King Museum, Gandhi is in front of the Martin
Yeah.
Luther King Museum in
And
Atlanta.
Gandhi is
What the
a stone
fuck?
cold racist.
He's
yeah.
a racist. What the fuck is he doing in front of the Martin Luther King Museum for anyway?
Yeah.
He ain't have nothing to do with us.
He was racist to dark Indians.
Yes.
To the people.
That's something they throw in. They threw that in the movie. I can't remember where, but I wrote it down in my notes. I was like, what is this Gandhi thing all the time?
Yeah.
They always mix this
Well,
Gandhi
it's all
thing
about. Every black movie is always going to have the "don't fight back" message.
here. And that's what
Everybody
Gandhi
else's hero movie is always going to have the fight to you're better off dying on your feet than living on your knees.
Mhm.
Everybody else's movie, that's always a message. That's what makes a hero. Risking their life, violently risking their life
What they
to
think is
right
right.
what they think is wrong.
Lion.
Black movies are all about passively risking your life
Mhm.
to right what you think is wrong. Basically, don't cause no trouble. You know, put your tap shoes on and just dance
Dance in the
like
watermelon
I
patch.
hope somebody's gonna recognize how nice you are, and eventually they'll give you what you want. And that's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Most of the changes that we've seen, just period, in America, whatever the case, came from motherfuckers going out there getting it in. They just don't talk about it. You know, when black people got, like the Black Panthers were the ones that made the biggest wave
Yep.
and changing the way shit went down.
Mhm.
You know, but they always push our more nonviolent people, our people who are more, you know, don't do it, don't fight.
MLK versus
Yeah.
Malcolm X.
Yeah, exactly.
That type of thing.
A lot of people still don't want to recognize Malcolm X as
Right.
anything, but Martin Luther King gets a day. And not saying he wasn't a great man, But
Did
that
good
was
things.
he was one contributing factor.
Right.
You know.
I just think, you know, if you believe in violence, non-violence, whatever, I just don't want to see a movie about somebody that just didn't do shit. Mm-hmm. Even on the non-violent front.
Yeah.
You didn't stand for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, to me, it's just pointless. And I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, but a lot of people, just because it's quote-unquote Black history, it's the best shit ever. Even when it's some bullshit.
Black history.
And that ain't even history, because it was bullshit.
Right. For one, it's a made-up story, and two, this is billions of fucking stories you can tell.
Definitely. I would rather see a movie about
history.
how Bob Johnson started BET and became
that would be way better.
Show me some shit.
Some Pursuit of Happiness type of shit.
But like you said a couple weeks ago, Black people got this thing about suffering. You know, we love seeing fucking suffrage, and we think that shit is like
hey, you know what
honorable and fuck suffering. Let's thrive. All our movies, we love shit about us being on the bottom and staying on the motherfucking bottom.
Right.
Staying on the bottom.
But you know what it is?
We love having our little ass piece of pie. You know, the other motherfuckers that ate of and said, well, here, finish that. I ain't hungry no more.
Yeah,
instead of actually want, and so it's like we gotta at some point demand some better shit. We gotta stop supporting this bullshit. I watched that motherfucker on bootleg on purpose, and I wouldn't even buy that motherfucker. I just watched it to do this video because I knew it was gonna be dumb as fuck, and it was dumb as fuck. It was just all for movie.
I kind of went into it with a really open mind.
I did too.
Hoping that I would like it.
I kept waiting.
Hoping that I was like it, but it was like I was waiting on something good to happen.
Man, I waited until the credits went down, because I thought maybe Samuel L. was going to come talk to this nigga about killing that motherfucker that killed this fine. I'm like, something has to come. Maybe fucking...
I'm hoping in the future we can find somebody. It seems like we're all on the same mindset with this movie here. It was Hot Trash, set the film. That feels different about this movie and maybe can show us where this was a positive movie for Black people moving forward. I just want to see somebody that has imagery about this movie and where it was positive and it helped us, future, present, or past, because from what I've seen from this movie, I've seen nothing good about it.
And there was no help.
And I don't want to hear nothing about Oprah. I don't want to hear Oprah come out your mouth when you say whatever you think was good about it. I don't want to hear nothing about Oprah acting. I don't care about Oprah acting. It has nothing to do with what this new movie does for our culture. I don't want to hear none of that crap.
I mean, I'm really anxious to hear the comments on it, so I do hope that people, watching it will comment whether they agree or if they strongly disagree. I'm really anxious to hear the comments on it. You know, maybe it'll create a dialogue.
And if we got like you said, if we got a better point of view that we just ain't seeing, holler at us. We'll sit you down and we'll figure this out. Cause I'm still trying to figure this shit out myself. It was terrible. It was just a badass movie.
So if you think that bullshit was good, or if you think it was some bullshit, leave a review or a comment, whatever, and
please.
Go to the YouTube page and leave a comment.
Yeah.
Don't do it on Facebook. The Facebook comments are welcome, but
we don't get all of them. So if you want somebody to see all your comments, make sure you leave it on YouTube.